there, programmers! Today we're going to talk about Python modules. Your programs are eventually going to get larger, and instead of having all the code in one file, you'll end up separating the code into multiple modules or files, and sometimes more than one module is combined into a package. Well, when you download Python, there is a lot of code that's already written for you, a lot of library functions that you can use instead of reinventing the wheel. See if something similar has already been written. So I will include this link in the description of the video, but with every installation of Python, you can take a look at the modules available or the functions and the variables that are available to you. So I'm looking, my version of Python's 3.8.6, and I'm looking, there's so many that you can alphabetize them and find the module you're looking for. I'm going to start with M and look at the math module. If your function has a lot of math in it, you might look through these mathematical functions and see if there's any that are going to come in handy for you. And I'll just start with the ceiling function, but there's things like the factorial function, the floor function, you've got your sine, cosine, tangent. So let me open up the interactive shell and we will start trying some of these modules. So I will import math to be able to use that math module, and then I can use that function I saw at the beginning of the documentation to get the ceiling. The integer that's the next highest from 4.2, I can get the floor. 4.6, I'll go down to the next integer. I can do sine, cosine, tangent. I can do factorial. So this will be 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. Other math or other modules that I enjoy, the random module. So if you want to simulate rolling a dice, lottery numbers, picking a card out of a deck of cards, you can use the random module, random int. I'm going to pick a random number between 1 and 6 to simulate rolling the dice. And the first time I roll my dice, oops, let's see, did I spell something wrong? Let's see, import random. And then rand int. Okay, I need to abbreviate rand for random for rand int. So I'm going to roll my dice, and the first time I get a 5, then I get another 5, then another 5. So I should take this to Vegas. Now I get 1, another 5, 1, 4. So really, there should be an equal chance of me getting everything between 1 and 6, including 6. Despite all those 5s I got at the beginning. Other modules that I think might be useful. There's a system module. Import sys, and then you can see things like the system path, where Python's installed. Another module is the time module. So if you're going to use some of these functions from a module inside your script, then at the top of your script, just import and then the name of the module. So we talked recently about for loops, and I have a little for loop that goes from 0 to 10, and maybe let's make it go from 1 to 10. Start at 1 and then stop before you get to 11. And each time I go through, not only am I going to print X, but I'm also going to sleep for 1 second, because normally if you run this, then Python is just so incredibly fast. Any programming language is going to be really fast, and it'll go, all those print statements are done before you can even say anything. But if you instead sleep in between each print statement, then you can build dramatic tension. When you're running this, you can print the first number, X is 1, and then you wait a second. X is 2, wait a second, X is 3. So I've seen some students use this to have a really cool effect if they're doing like a choose your own adventure and the text is appearing across the screen, almost like somebody's typing it real time. So that's pretty cool. Or other times that you might want to pause in your program and let the user see something before it scrolls off the screen. All right, my all-time favorite module is the turtle module. And you might think, well, what is the turtle module? Let's go back to that documentation. So I'm not in the M's anymore. I need to go to the T's and look at the turtle module. And it was introduced to help kids see what programming was and that programming is really cool and make it more accessible to kids. So you will have this tiny little turtle icon on the screen and following your commands. So it teaches kids about like functions, because the turtle is the name of the module, but then to use the function or the method, you'll have turtle dot like shape. Make the shape of a turtle. Turtle dot color, and then you pass things into the function like that. Purple is the pen color to trace the turtle's path, and the turtle will be filled in with pink. And then we'll begin filling everything in with the turtle. Walk him or her forward 100 steps. I think it's like 100 pixels, or I'm not sure what the unit of measurement is. The turtle will turn 90 degrees to the right and then walk forward another 100 paces. So when I save this and run it, our turtle appears on the screen. It's a pretty fast turtle. So if I use sleep, I could pause in between the turtle going forward and turning right and then going 100 units in that next direction. In fact, let's go ahead and put sleep in there. So if I also want to use time module, I'll import time, and let's have the turtle walk 100 paces, and then I'll do time sleep for maybe 2 seconds, then turn right, and then I'll have it sleep again 1 second. And we can add to this. So time, let's sleep another 2 seconds, and then have the turtle turn to the right again, another 90 degrees. And in fact, if I'm going to be repetitive, I can just copy and paste this code in here a couple times. And now I'll see the turtle walking with a little bit of sleep in between each time it switches directions. So, and I just love the turtle moving around the screen, and I've had students do really creative things of spelling out words or doing like a little game with the turtle moving around.